We're here with a new update and some anticipated changes to the game, as well as the Morven overview. The first thing here is that the talents and support skills have been updated, so there's more for everyone. I won't read through each of them, but you'll see them on the screen. Here's a quick preview of the SS Plus buses that are coming. Alright, so let's see. Got them unlocked. We'll get a few levels on him right now, and then we'll jump into his talents. Okay, so starting with triple jump. Okay, so small boost to his ninjutsu damage. Health recovery. Alright, so I see attack and HP. More ninjutsu damage. ninjutsu duration. Okay, so ninjutsu strong against Oni. Okay, attack and HP nodes. More ninjutsu damage. Looks like a duration one here too. Yeah. Seems bugged out. Okay. Still bugged out. Huh. Alright, this wasn't the live react I was going for. Weird. Could have sworn that was showing unlocked before. Alright, so let's see, HP node. Got recovery, looks like a score node. Okay, so more attacks on the ninjutsu. More Oni damage. More damage in general for the ninjutsu. Screen keeps jumping over, that's weird. Alright, so water weapon boosting attack. Alright, Mighty Dragon. So it looks like an additional skill that gives float, attack, and HP recovery. So it sounds like it's limited. I'm guessing this is similar to where the weapon skills show up for your cards. Okay, so more ninjutsu damage. Okay, so adding some float time there. Oh, and some damage. Nice. Okay, gotta get him to 70 to awaken. Okay, so more damage there. From water weapon, you get your attack boosted, HP node. float and attack time with Mighty Dragon State. A reverse scale looks like it's going to be useful. Okay, so it goes up, so it looks like it charges as you take damage. So this all looks like it boosts your ninjutsu. Oh no, that's additional float and attack time for your Mighty Dragon State. Looks like yeah, more attack for water weapon. And then HP recovery. Okay, Ninjutsu strong against Oni again. It's an interesting icon for score bonus. More ninjutsu damage. Okay, so charging rate goes up. So it looks like you'll be able to use it more than once maybe. Okay, so different set of boosts, but more boosts for your Mighty Dragon State. Faster charging again. Charging from damage. More Oni for ninjutsu. General damage. So it looks like this Mighty Dragon State's going to be what makes him shine. I think without it, he's probably going to be pretty lackluster, but if you use it at the right time, that's going to be when he's strongest. More Oni boss damage. So score node, an HP node with water weapon. More attack and HP recovery here with the Mighty Dragon State. And then attack with water weapon. Okay. Get him leveled up all the way. Okay, so this looks like a little over 5 million to level all the way up. before the update, you had to do, I think, at least perk 1 or 2 to get all your support skills up. Let's see what's left at the end of this. Looks like I'm going to be a little short for that last node. Yeah, I'm short. So reverse scale gets you a shield at perk 3. It's pretty nice. Okay. Only happens once though. We'll just go to perk 2 for now. Oh, so you only needed perk 1 because I was short by 20. Okay, so attack plus 120. Water element attack plus 240. So he really does best when he's... Alright, so let's test out his ninjutsu. Got a decent pattern here. He's just hanging out on the right. Alright, trying again on perk 5, so we have an Oni boost here. Yeah, that's a nice improvement. So testing it with reverse scale. You can see how the tracking works, gets right back in front of him. Those invincibility frames are nice, and a nice boost to damage. Alright, quick test here to see what he does with the ninjutsu when the enemy's behind. So it doesn't track. Spears don't hit. Okay, so the dragon does, and the horizontal attack does. Okay, so I forgot to record the actual screenshots of what was going on with the perks for 4, 5, and 6. So I'll cover these. So billowing perk 4, that's basically looks like accumulates more than 80%. So it looks like you can activate it early, but then you get a decreased amount of time. And then exercise evil, which is perk 5, you get an additional boost against Oni bosses, but there's a trade-off with your reverse scale rate charging going down to 30% of what it normally would be. And then Almighty Dragon Will, it looks like you get additional boost to the boss when you have your Mighty Dragon state. So when you use your reverse scale, you'll do more damage. For the comparison, we just use level 30 weapons for everyone, and then 3 set relics at SS, R0. Okay, so testing this out. Damage misses. Okay, most of it hit. 977. Okay. In case you haven't seen this, here's the new outfit for Riki. Or BTR. Just doing a comparison. They're both strong versus Oni, so just trying to see how they both do against the non-Oni boss. ETR does have the additional boost. 975, so he outdamaged Morven. Then SDR has her Frost Star, so let's see. She should outdamage both. And 974. Then using reverse skill, let's try again. Still misses, can't adjust up, it goes up too high. $972. Break 1 gets a little bit of an extra attack if it's with Morven. Increased damage. Okay, increased water damage. So similar to Feather of Wind and Woven Flame at perk 3. So multiple uses will stack. And then just additional damage and crit for 4 and 5. Pretty standard perks for stars 1 through 5. And then it looks like you get an additional 15% boost against Oni. So this is going to be a good water weapon overall. Maxed out plus 15 damage overall, and then plus 15 against Oni. Okay, so quick overview of the weapon from the front. You can see it just kind of spins on the boss and then dashes forward. You gotta aim it at the end. Then from behind, it does track a little bit. Final attack doesn't hit. Okay, so Serenity Rosary, Water Element attack, and HP boost. Looks like the set gives you an additional attack, and then you also get Mighty Dragon, an enhanced effect for attack and recovery. Luminous Pearl, Ninjutsu, and HP recovery go up. And then the Cyan Dragon Seal looks like attack goes up. And then you get a nice boost to your reverse scale. So basically if you're perk, I think 4, you can go ahead and use it right out of the gate. When using Morven's ninjutsu, to adjust it up or down, you have to tap it when he's at the height that you want it to be at. If you want to adjust it left or right while the enemy's in front of him, you have to adjust it wherever the enemy is. So if the enemy's all the way to the right, then you tap. If the enemy's close to you, then you tap again. So it changes depending on what you're trying to do. And here's a showcase showing the fight against Redbeard Lord in the training room. So no voiceover on this fight, just showing you how he works. So just some things to keep in mind when you're using Morven, and then also the Dragon's Beard brush. So starting with Morven, his ninjutsu is definitely unique. It tracks in a different way. So I'll use Soga as the example. So the tracking tends to stay in front of him the same way. What's different is that I can't just tap it to track on the enemy depending on where they are. So if I want to track based on height, I have to tap based on the height of where Morven is. And then if I want to track left or right, then I have to track based on where the boss is. So it's Morven's height plus where the boss is left or right, to determine where the dragons are basically going to cross for the tracking portion of the ninjutsu. His talents are definitely unique. His floating ability is probably the most unique piece of how he works. So when he's in the air, he can only do that floating piece when he has reverse scale active. So you have to tap it, and then you get that for a limited time, and then you have to wait for it to charge again to get that ability again. It works a little different from Itsuru. So there's actually a fourth jump basically you have to do to trigger the float, whereas with Itsuru, when you do the triple jump, it automatically triggers her float. The other thing that you want to keep in mind is that he also tends to shine more when he's below half health. So he's going to hit harder based on his support skill when he's below half health. Also makes it useful when you're using other ninjas if you're in a fight where you know your life's going to go down, or if you like using blood contract in arena, then Morven's a good teammate to have regardless of whether or not you're using him. And then for bringing him into arena, you want to make sure that you're balanced out. So if you know that there's an Oni boss, great to bring along. If it's strong versus lightning but there's Oni, still good to bring him. He's pretty versatile. He out damages Rin from what I just demoed, and so and that's against the dragon boss if you have reverse scale active. So just really strong ninja, really solid. On Dragon's Beard brush, it can be used in front. It's also decent for hitting from behind. It doesn't get all the hits, but it's still good. It also stacks the same way as Feather of Wind or Woven Flame, in the same way that it gets that plus 300 up to 2 times. So if you use it 3 times, you're going to get progressively stronger attacks, and it's just going to be really good. So if you're using Whetstone in Arena, or if you have 2 of the weapon and they're both Limit Break 3, you're going to do really well with it. And then Morven does do more damage with it than the other ninjas do. So I personally prefer the original look. So if you watch my playthrough on Red Beard Lord, then you'll see, I have both equipped. So I think the black looks really cool. The blue one's really nice. It goes with his look in general and how his ninjutsu works. So also keep in mind that plus 15 damage, even regardless of Oni, and once you get it maxed out for your star upgrade, is great. So it's going to be a really strong weapon. It's going to work well, pairs well with other water weapons just because of that perk 3 ability, or limit break 3 ability. So really good. Good for knocking out obstacles. If the projectiles can be destroyed, whether they come from bosses or they're mid-stage, really good to use, and pairs well with other water weapons. So I think it's really solid. So overall, I think Morven and the Dragon's Beard brush are going to become a lot of players' toolkit, and they're going to end up being used in a lot of pretty interesting ways. So looking forward to seeing what people use them for. That is it. Thanks for taking the time to check this out. Don't forget to give this a like. If you haven't already, give it a subscribe so you can see more content like this. And we'll catch you on the flip side.